Hey, what's going on? You guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another one take review. There I got one for a film that came out a few years ago. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Just check this out. It's basically a coming of age film about a okay. Give you guys a synopsis. I like reading synopsis because they better describe these things better than me. Socially awkward teen Charlie is a wallflower always watching life from the sidelines until two charismatic students become his mentors. Free spirited Sam, played by Emma Watson, and her stepbrother Patrick, played by Ezra Miller, help Charlie discover the joys of friendship, first love, music, and more. While a teacher sparks Charlie's dreams of becoming a writer, however, as his new friends prepare to leave for college, Charlie's inner sadness threatens to shatter his newfound confidence. And this, to me, is a story about kind of like dealing with depression, kind of just like dealing with like just typical like high school stuff. I think a lot of people kind of like went through this. I'm watching it, and you kind of like immediately. Logan Lerman plays Charlotte, and like you kind of immediately see just like the typical things of high school. You you kind of like out. Like you knew people, but once you like get into high school, like those people change, and like some people like become more distant of you. And, like you already had your own problems, and like Charlie dealing with some stuff. He lost his. He's still harkening on the death of his aunt, who he said was his favorite person in the world, and she died when he was younger, but like she died from a car accident. So like that's pretty sad. And then like his only friend, we hear about how they died. It's like, oh, he killed himself. It was like, oh shit. And we also figure out that like Charlie has like some mental issues, and so it's just kind of like he just dealing with a lot. But like the introduction of Ezra Miller and Emma Watson, not Emma Watson, no, definitely Emma Watson. Their characters come through and bring like this joy and this happiness to this kid's life, and like it changes everything, turns his world upside down, and like he starts to know things more. He starts to see more. He starts to go out more. It's different. He starts to experience. Granted, this is high school, but like love, and like he starts to see heartbreak, and start to understand the complexities of just like everything other than himself. And like he kind of like driven to do a lot of things. I mean, where he really wants to be a writer, and like you have a teacher who's pushing you, like, hey, keep going, like you can do this. I believe in you, and I think that's kind of one of the things he like needed. Also, he's getting put in like socially awkward positions where like he like there's a scene where the scene when he says I never thought anybody noticed me. It was just kind of like, damn, dude, like what you like it's a real thing. It's just like no, it's like, and that's I think that moment when like Ezra Miller was like, yo, to Charlie, like for what? Like say like that's when he says like I didn't think nobody noticed. He's like, nah, bro, like you don't realize it, but like you're somebody, man. You mean something. So I'm just watching the movie, just like damn. And so, granted, a couple of things happened, and I was watching this at night, so he ends up getting with Mary Elizabeth, but he likes Sam though. That whole situation that was kind of crazy because the whole truth of Dale and he the first dare I mean the first one you heard was him the truth. And like, how's your first relationship going? And he just basically goes completely off and just like basically shits on his girlfriend and their relationship. I was like, I had to pause the movie and walk out because it started messing with my anxiety. I just started feeling like anxious and shit. Then I pressed play and I'm like, oh, he didn't actually do that. Okay. Then he said dare and he said kiss the prettiest girl at the party, and he immediately turned to kiss Sam. I said, I had to pause it again and walk out the room and get some air because I'm like, Charlie, you just killed this girl like emotions, but like he has these moments where he blanks out because when Patrick was getting beat up, or basically getting jumped, and nobody, I mean everybody just around watching, and like nobody was doing nothing, and he stood up and like he whooped three dudes. So I was like, damn, like, I rock with it. It's one of those coming of age films that I rock with because it's like the main character is just like a normal person who deal with like just normal issues. You know what I'm saying? I kind of wish like he was more. I kind of wish he wasn't as big of an outsider. You know what I'm saying? But I think that for the sake of this film, I think it works. Also, when you kind of like figure out like the childhood trauma that happened to him with his aunt, because you thinking like his aunt was just like this sweet person, you realize like she molested him. Didn't see that coming. Like it completely caught me off guard when he like kissing Sam. She rubbed on the leg, and even when we see that scene, when the whole flashback, it still didn't click to me. It didn't click to me until he was like, yo, when I told my parents what my aunt did to me, it was like everything they broke down. I'm like, oh shit, she molested. That's why he felt weird when Sam did that. I was like, damn. Overall, film fantastic. I love coming of age films. And this one was good, and I think all the performances around were like super like great, and like the message to me landed, and like the story was like worthwhile. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna kiss and just whole lives change. Like, no, she's gonna go live her life. She's going to college, do her thing, but like they still maintain a relationship as friends, and I enjoyed that. But that's the perks of being a wallflower. You guys didn't know what you thought about it. It came out 8 years ago, so I'm pretty sure some of y'all already seen it. Probably telling me, why are you just not seeing it? If you haven't seen this, go watch this. Give me some recommendations. I'll check them out if I haven't seen them. Let me know down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys all staying safe. I'll catch up with y'all later. Fumbling on my words a little bit. Sorry though.